Okay, today we'll be working with functions and graphs in ALEKS College Algebra, and this segment is entitled Set Builder and Interval Notation. So let's spend a little bit of time talking about sets. And so let me take a moment here and show you my set of electronic tools that I used in a former life here. Before being a math professor, I worked as an engineer for an electronics place, and these were some of the tools that I had. Here's my soldering iron. Here's a long screwdriver. Here's a plastic screwdriver. If you place in high voltage areas, you don't get electrocuted. Here's a few other tips for the screwdriver handle. Moving over here, then we have a pencil, several different sets of cutting pliers, needle nose pliers, standard pliers. You get the idea. It is a set of tools. And of course, it has a nice container carrying case for the set of tools. And as we go into math here, we end up with much of the same type of thing. So let's look over here at ALEKS, and we'll see here is our tool set. Okay, in ALEKS we're going to work with numbers. Mathematician's tool set is composed of numbers. So we're going to have our set here. Basically, this is the same thing as my tool carrying case. And our numbers are going to be described here because there's zillions upon zillions of numbers in the real number system. So we oftentimes have to describe them. We can't list them all. So we're going to describe the set of numbers x such that x is less than or equal to 2 on the number line. So first thing we're going to do is to graph that. And once again, notice that we are going to be less than or equal to 2. If it's equal to 2, then that means that the 2 is included in our discussion, so we're going to use the filled dot to illustrate that condition. Now, we're also going to go less than or equal to, so we're going to have everything that is to the left. I think about this less than sign as an arrow pointing to the left, and so it's going to go to the left from 2. So we grab our shading tool here and we shade everything that goes to the left of 2, and there's our graph. Now, another thing that we have here is what is known as interval notation. Now, interval notation is a way of just symbolically doing this graph without making a graph. So notice here that if an interval is closed, in other words, that the dot is solid, we will use a square bracket for that. So we're going to have a square bracket on the right-hand side. And so notice then that we've got a couple that have that. But notice on this end, this goes to negative infinity. And when it's negative infinity, actually that means that there is no end on the left end, and so that is open because it goes forever. We will select this set of brackets in parentheses. This says it's open on the left, it's closed on the right. On the right, it's closed at 2. On the left end, it goes all the way to negative infinity. Let's choose that right there. And there is our interval notation. Let's check it. And let's do one more of those. Okay, we'll do another one of those for you here. Notice that in this case, we're talking about the set that is composed of x such that x is greater than or equal to 4. Once again, now we're going to start at 4. That's equal to 4, so we're going to have the closed dot on 4. And since the arrow now is going to the right, we're going to go to the right. So we'll grab our shading tool, and there is our number line for that. Now, notice too that we want to express this in interval notation. So on the left end, it's going to be closed. That's a square bracket. On the right end, it's going to be open to positive infinity. So we need the square followed by the round. That would be that one. We're going to go in there with 4, and on this end we're going to go to positive infinity. In other cases, you will have different intervals. Let's see if we can find another one here quickly, and basically we're good to go. This is set builder and interval notation in ALEKS College Algebra.